showcase a few of Canada's hottest musical and visual artists. We are being brought to you by a WWB production with music by Andrew Riley and New York City's very own Emmy Award-winning composer Wendell Haynes. We can be found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and Spreaker.com. I am your host, LWB, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to today's guest, Miss Janet Cull.
Hi, how's
It's going great, my love. What we're going to do is we're going to introduce you to our audience with a little intro that we have prepared. So Janet Cull, folks, had an immediate impact on the Newfoundland and Labrador music scene upon her arrival in the early 2000s with the album The Janet Cull Band, which earned MusicNL awards for Album of the Year and Group of the Year. Her next full-length release, People Get Ready, garnered an ECMA nomination, but it was Janet's 2016 album, Real Tough Love, that found her reaching new heights. On top of bringing her 3 more MusicNL awards, it brought her to stages all across the world, including opening spots for Marianas Trench and the legendary K.D. Lang. So welcome once again, Janet Cull. What is going on, girl? How are you today? Tell the people how you doing, how you feeling.
I'm great. I'm not long home from a big hike with my husky out in the snow, digging winter.
Oh, that's your 8-year-old husky Anook?
That's right.
Aww.
Shook. And, we had a storm just a few days ago, so we're taking advantage of it while we can. Nice.
Well, today is February 28th, folks. It's our recording date with Janet. It's the last day of Black History Month. And so you and Anook, you celebrated with the best of them. And I love it. I love that Anook likes to hike. This is a good thing. So I know that hiking is a big part of your day-to-day. And tell us what it does for you creatively, Janet.
Well, Mother Nature has always been so important to me creatively ever since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a tiny community in Newfoundland, a tiny fishing community with about 200 people there when I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
And every day I would hike down by the ocean and just sing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's stayed with me over the years. I mean, I'm almost 45 years old now,
and looking fabulous, people. Let's just keep it real. Looking fabulous.
But, it's just so good for your soul, your mind, your body.
Yeah.
Anook really is my best friend, and we spend every day out with Mother Nature, so it's a great thing.
I love that. And speaking of soul, you have a recent ECMA nomination for Soul Recording of the Year. So tell us about that. Tell us. How did that come about?
My latest album is called Hear It. It's my proudest work. I'm so proud of this album because it's all original material. The albums that I've done in the past have been kind of co-written, or I've recorded friends of mine's tunes.
Sure.
But this album is a breakup album.
Aww.
And the best song?
Yeah.
Breakup songs.
Exactly.
Just use it to the best ability that I could, just write a good album.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you're in good company. Taylor Swift seems to do the same thing successfully, so there you go. Speaking of pop artists that are popular beyond Newfoundland, which you are the queen in town there, I must say, I went to see folks, Janet, perform live at the Black Sheep, and let me tell you something. Janet blew the freaking place down. You could hear her all the way from Manhattan to freaking Miami to Paris, France. Her vocals are so powerful. I know you're inspired by Alicia Keys. Can you tell the folks between your inspirations and your own natural flow and your stage presence and your power and your writing skills? I mean, how do you think you formulated it all? How did it all come together for you? When did you really feel that there was this symbiotic relationship between them all that made it all click for you to say that Hear It in 2021 is one of your best? What makes you say that?
Well, I grew up in the Salvation Army Church, and gospel music has been so close to my heart ever since I was like 4 years old. I've been singing.
Nice.
So I've always been drawn to that real from your soul, honest music.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up in Newfoundland in a small town, I'm on an island, so it's pretty isolated here.
Mm-hmm.
And music was just so important to me. As I got older and I discovered artists like Roberta Flack and Gladys Knight, I was like, it just blew my mind. And then, of course, Alicia Keys came on the scene, and from the first note I heard her sing, I was just completely hooked.
Yeah. And
she's really inspired me so much over the years, and I was lucky enough to just recently see her in Nashville.
I know! That was amazing! And you had great seats, girl. I saw the videos.
And a lot of people here in Newfoundland, they always tell me I look like Alicia Keys.
You actually do.
I feel like we sing from the same place. I feel so connected to her, even though she has no idea who I am.
She will.
Something special with that woman. She's amazing.
She's definitely going to know who you are. You mark my words. I just have that feeling. You're the real deal. Vocally, you really, really are. I attended music and art high school, and we have a saying that there are those who can sing, and then there are those who can sing. And you can sing, Janet.
So much, you have no idea.
You can sing. I mean, I sat there, folks, at the Black Sheep, just bawling my heart out at Janet's very first verse. I mean, the minute she opens her mouth, you're just floored. Your entire soul and spirit is beholden by her power and her love, the passion that she puts in her music. So, but beyond music, you've also performed in musical theater, and I have a musical theater background, so this is just another reason why I wanted you on the podcast. What kind of inroads have you been making into film and TV? Let us know how that's been going, because you and I met on the set of Hudson and Rex, haven't we?
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
I've been doing stage acting for a while with a local company, Spirit of Newfoundland, and it's a comedy troupe, and it's super fun. I've played Mary Magdalene 3 times in 3 different productions of Jesus Christ Superstar. But everything that I've done musically, I've just been thrown into it. Like, I'm self-taught. I've never had a voice lesson or any. So I think that's why it comes from such an honest place.
Yeah.
Because I've just found it on my own. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
But yeah, with film, I was a feature film called Body and Bones.
Nice.
Directed by Melanie Oates. But film is so different from stage acting. It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Like the difference. Right now, next season actually of Hudson and Rex, I'm not super excited because I'm going to be part of Team Rex, which is the dog team. Training the dogs and being on set with the dogs, because my passion for animals is just wild.
But what I'm blown away by just in our wonderful conversation, and let's just, again, say thank you so much for choosing our podcast to be your very first podcast ever. We are so honored to have you here. In our eyes, you're one of Canada's not only sweethearts, but real true gems. And I'm just so thrilled to be able to showcase who you are to the masses. But just chatting with you here, we're talking about being a part of Team Rex. We're talking about comedic chops, Body and Bones, which I want to definitely have you make sure you give us the links for so that people can check you out in that. But I'm hearing hiking, and I'm hearing your inspiration from soul and gospel. I mean, you are just one beautiful Crayola box of inspiration. When I hear you and I have gotten to know you, you seem to be this sponge. What I like is that you then release it to the world and you share that. There's something really beautiful and poetic about that. Do you recognize that in yourself? Do you see that you are kinetically interested in things outside of yourself, your individuality, your personal losses? You have a son. I mean, you're a mother. So, you talk about Mother Earth. I mean, how does it all become Janet Cull for you?
Oh, that's a big question.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just am who I am, and I believe that love makes the world go round.
Yeah.
And everything that I do and that I commit to, I'm passionate about it, and I think that is so important.
Yeah.
And I've struggled here on the Rock as an artist. It's not easy to make a living here, but I've managed to do it, which is just incredible.
Yeah, it is. How many albums do you have? I went to the local record store, and I have a photo that I'm going to share with the audiences that you've not even seen yet. And so there's an old school record store in Newfoundland in St. John's where Janet is, and I found her section. So how many albums do you have?
Well, I have 4 albums.
Okay.
But, I mean, the way it is here in Newfoundland, you work with so many artists. So I've done background vocals on, oh my gosh, I'm probably on 50 or 60 albums.
Wow.
Yeah, we all work together here. It's a beautiful music community in Newfoundland. I talked about the isolation before, but I think it's such a part of every household. You grow up, and no matter where you go, like someone can play music.
That's beautiful.
In each house.
That's beautiful.
It's just like, it's a real special place, as you know.
As I know, I love that you said that because we were on a boat tour, and the captain of the ship, folks, broke out in like a 5-part aria. Like, I mean, only in Newfoundland. I'm so serious. And I was blown away, so touched, so affected by the charm of this place. And I'm really glad you also brought up the sense of community within the music world in Newfoundland, because I do see you all working together, and I do see how many chances that you all get to sort of uplift and support each other. Like, for instance, with your piano player, I noticed, and I'm really surprised to hear you say that, you know, you don't have any training, because what I was blown away by is that you have an ear. You recognize scale and you recognize notes, and you're able to go to your piano player and indicate what keys you're in. Like, I was just so impressed with that. And again, hearing that you have no formal training is just way beyond impressive. That's a big deal.
I just really trust myself when I'm singing, because it's when I'm my most authentic self.
Yes.
Like, when I'm singing, whether there's one person in the room or there's 3,000 in the room, I go somewhere where nothing besides music can bring me to that place. And I appreciate it so much, and I don't take it for granted. I just trust my instincts. I've been doing it for a long time. I mean, I've been singing for 41 years. The first recording my parents have of me, I'm 4 years old, and it's adorable. You know, I mean, the pitch is there, the tone is there.
Oh my God.
I was born with the talent, you know, and my parents really encouraged it. My dad was a singer. He's kind of a legend in Newfoundland. He had albums out in the 70s and stuff.
Aww.
So, yeah.
That's amazing. You do have such a gift. And on that note, as we wrap, I don't want you to forget to give us all of your links, folks. Don't worry. I'll make sure that you can find Janet across all your socials. We'll make sure you have any leads that you might need to any shows that she's going to be performing in. And we're going to try to get her to come out west a little bit. She's as far east as you can get. Share her gifts with us. And we can't thank you enough for being here, Janet. And we just wish you all the best for you to be continuing to share these gifts you have for the next 40, 80, 120 years. Please, you know, stay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me on your show.
No, we're thrilled to have you. And thank you so much. On that note, folks, I'm LWB. Be sure to tune in for our next episode where we're going to be showcasing all sorts of artists just as fabulous. You have yourself a great day, folks. Be well, be blessed. I'm out.